If you see the word per in information, that means something's being divided by something. Passenger cars per 1,000 people. What's the ratio of like car ownership in the world? A lot of Africa, they don't have a lot of cars per person. You know, like other countries are in between in this. If we have frequency, amounts per second, beats per second, beats per minute, all that means the unit minutes and seconds is in the denominator. It's per minute. Okay? So, if I want to convert 5 beats per second into beats per minute, our conversion is a little bit different this time. I want to come out with beats per minute. Where am I going to put seconds in this instance? In the top or the bottom?
Top.
Top. Why, Jake?
To cancel it.
Because it's in the bottom. Every conversion we've done so far, the unit we've been going after has been in the top. Okay? Now the unit we're getting rid of is in the bottom, so we have to put it in the top so that they can cancel out. So now we have to flip what we've done in order to cancel that thing out. 60 times 5 is? It's pretty fast pace. 300 beats per minute. Smile and none. Cancel it out. If it's in the bottom, put it in the top. Skip these. Let's go to this. Okay. There are some plain gauges that give information in feet per minute. I want to convert that into miles per hour. You're going to have at least 2 conversions that you're going to do here. Okay, 520 feet per minute. Talk to the person next to you about the 2 conversions you might do in order to get that into miles per hour.
What's the conversion from feet to miles?
We have it, the problem we just did a problem or 2 ago. Okay, here's a group where they're actually talking to the person next to them. They get some stuff There's some group communication going on here. The person next to you, earning Sour Patch Kids. I just have to inhale the dust.
You guys don't want that.
Alright, Johnny, the person next to us, coming up with, she was expressed a little, wanting for her brother to not have what she's not having either. Okay, so, we got 520 feet per minute. I want to convert that into miles over hours. So, somebody raise your hand and tell me what are my conversion factors I'm going to put in here.
Minute on
Claire.
1 mile over 5,280 feet. So give me
1 mile. I want miles to be the top, so I'm going to write it down. Over the feet number, which happens to be 5,280. Okay, somebody raise your hand with another conversion I'm going to do here. Jake?
60 minutes over 1 hour.
Okay, I want to get rid of minutes, which is currently in the denominator, so I'm going to put that on the top. I'm going to put hours down there. Both these are exact conversions. Okay, I'm here. Do you have what your calculator says after we multiply by 60 and divide by 5,280? 5.91 miles per hour. Claire, how many sig figs do I have in my original measurement? 2. So Gigi, how many sig figs should I have in my final answer?
2.
So Alex, what should my final answer be?
5.9.
5.9 miles per hour. This is just like altitude correction. It's not doing a quick up and down. It's just like slowly gaining or losing altitude at around 6 miles an hour. All right. The fastest 400-meter run ever is 43.03 seconds to run 400 meters. Okay? Try and convert that South African's amazing athletic performance into miles per hour. Go. Okay? I'm giving you this conversion again. It's not about you memorizing the conversion. It's about you knowing how to set these problems up. So write down the unit you have. Write down the unit you want to get to. No one must calculate it more. No.
We know that.
This is an estimated amount.
Yeah, that's what you said. Like 5 miles. Oh, because we've been.
4-minute mile.
Oh, this is
Okay, there's 4. Oh, yeah. The people broke 4 minutes.
Yes. No one's broken 4 minutes, but no one's broken like 3:30. It's all 3:50 waves. Okay, come on. Okay, you're with it? Lonely Pain in the back row, give me one of my conversions that I'm going to put in here. What's one of the 2 things I'm going to put in? Seconds to hours. What's going to go where? Which one's going to go on the top? Which one's going to go on the bottom?
Seconds on the top.
Right. Seconds on the top, hours on the bottom. Okay. What is our conversion from seconds to hours?
3,600.
Okay. If you don't know this, it's totally fine to do this in 2 steps. Okay, go seconds to minutes and then minutes to hours. Okay, Payne wanted to go all the way in 1 step. Okay, there it is. Chloe, what's the other conversion I need to do here?
Meters to miles.
All right, and what's going to go where?
Meters goes on top. Miles goes on top.
Guess again.
Miles goes on top.
Miles goes on top. I have meters in the top over here, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to put meters down below to cancel it out. And then I'm going to put miles up top. Okay, where does my 1,609 go?
On the bottom.
On the bottom. It is 1 mile for 1,609 meters. Okay, so multiplying, do this divided by this, times that, divided by that, plugging and chugging on our various calculating devices. Sachi and Mikhail have calculators in their hand. You ain't got a number for me yet? Rose, did you get it yet? What do you got?
30.
Say again?
30 if you do the sig fig thing.
Give me the number without doing the same thing. Give me a bunch of decimals.
It's like 27.09.
Can I get an amen on that?
Yeah, I got
20.80, 20.84,
I got 20.79.
20.79. I'm hearing more of those. Seems a little more closer to a possible human speed. Alright, 20.79. Okay. How many sig figs, Michaela, do I have in 400?
1.
Nope. There is a decimal. 3. How many do I have, Zoe, in 43.03?
4.
4. So how many should I have in my final answer?
3.
3. Okay. That 400 is not like, it's around 400. Like, when they're running these Olympic things, they've measured that pretty precisely. Okay. So they have at least 3 sig figs there, maybe even 4. So we can have 3 or 4 sig figs here. I'll say 20.8 miles per hour, which is a little surprisingly not super fast sounding because we're so used to, I think, car speeds that we're like, 20 miles an hour doesn't sound that fast. It's none of us could even, approximate this for 100 meters, much less like for you're welcome to that on ship. Okay. Questions on this? Let's see. Let's jump over here and we'll jump back for a second. Okay. Is this a nice day in Korea?
Wait, yeah.
It's a
8
man.
degrees?
It's a man.
It's a man.
Right. It's in Celsius. How do I get from Celsius to Fahrenheit?
Yeah, 32.
Speaking of unit conversions in and out of metric things. Okay. Here's one thing you need to know. The boiling point of water is 212 in our Fahrenheit system. Most of us don't even know that. You guys know the freezing is 32 because you hear about that on weather reports. It's like if it's going to snow or whatever it is. Those numbers in Celsius are 0 and 100. So if you look at the size of these, there are 180 Fahrenheit degrees for every 100 Celsius degrees. What does that ratio simplify down to?
18 to 1.
18 over what?
10.
10. What does that simplify down to?
1.81.
9 over 5. Okay? That is the ratio of how big our degrees is. This is pretty close to 2. Okay? Each Fahrenheit degree is about twice the size of a Celsius degree. So, if I have a Celsius temperature, write this down, temperature in Celsius. I have to deal with the fact that those degrees are different size and multiply it by 9/5. Okay, what is 18 times, so what is 8 times 9 divided by 5?
It's 14.
14.4.
14.4. Is it 14.4 degrees right there in Korea? No. What is the other thing we have to deal with in this conversion?
You have to add 32.
We have to add 32 because our number starts arbitrarily, like our system starts at 32. So you have to add 32 to that 14.4, and that gets you
46.4.
Okay, so this is 46.4, kind of a chilly, cold day. Okay, if you don't have a calculator with you and you want to do this math, here's how I do it in my head. 9/5 is pretty close to what ratio? 2. 32 is pretty close to 30. If you just do times 2 plus 30, okay, that's going to give you 46, which is pretty good for getting around. Okay? For most of the normal, everyday temperatures that you're going to experience outside, double it and add 30 will get you within a degree or 2. Okay? Write this formula down in your notebooks. Okay? And then convert this much more specific German bank information to a Fahrenheit temperature. They give you percent humidity and time as well. Okay, go. Convert that into Fahrenheit. Game on. So we didn't share the calculator with you? Did I don't participate in this discussion? What did you two calculate that was? Then? Okay, guys, I just want to make sure that each of you share the calculator. He's used to when he sees someone who's over, he's kind of hogging stuff, and you're actually moving forward out of that. Apple out in response. So, Aiden and Zoe, what do y'all have as the answer to this? 79.34. How many sig figs do I have in my original measurement? How many should I have in my final answer?
3.
So, Zoe, what should my answer be?
79.3.
79.3 degrees Fahrenheit. This is exact, so we're not going to let that limit us to 32. Right? Otherwise, that would limit us to the ones place. We'll skip that. Go to the hottest temperature ever anywhere in America was in 1913 in Death Valley, California, when one day it got up to 134. Okay? The first thing I want you to do is, let's just do it. Try and take that back to Celsius. Try and do the reverse operations. What is 134 in Celsius? Go. What do I have to do first to my temperature in Fahrenheit?
Minus 32.
First, you add minus the 32 in terms of order operations. Then, what do I do?
Times by 5/9.
Times by 5/9. A lot of people say divide by 9/5. It is easier to multiply by 5/9. Okay? So, Ryan, what's 134 minus 32?
That would be 102.
Then 102 times 5/9 is
56.6666667.
enough. If you're Satan worship, we probably only have 3 sig figs here, so we're going to say 56.7 degrees Celsius is ridiculously hot. Okay. The coldest temperature ever in Virginia is negative 30 Fahrenheit. Okay. Turn that into Celsius. Go.
Calculator.
You clear the air, it goes away.
Okay, right here. Oh.
Okay. 3.6 equals 3.6 Celsius.
No. That would be over freezing.
Right. Right. And that's
That's
minus.
good.
I don't know how to do the box calculator.
Oh, that's true. The plus minus is right there. So you do negative 30. Okay. So negative 30 minus 32 times 5/9. What we got? 4. I only have 2 6, so I'm just going to say negative 34 degrees Celsius. Feeling alright about this? No, don't like it?
Wait.
No, I don't like it. It's confusing.
Is the Fahrenheit the decimal?
Fahrenheit, I mean, sometimes you can put decimals on either.
No, I mean is the negative 30 exact?
The negative 30, yes, right. That should have had a decimal. No. That should have 2 6. Alright, let's do one more. You guys aren't loving it? The hottest temperature ever recorded on a broken Applebee's thermometer is 266 degrees Fahrenheit. Go. Question or answer?
Answer.
Does it match what Ben has?
I just bet.
Alright. Ben, what's my first step?
You have to do.
So subtract 32, right with my next step.
Divided by 5, 9.
Multiply it
Multiply it.
by 5 nines. And then what do you guys get?
Oh, 115.7. So 0.78.
0.78. Can I get an amen?
I got 115.
Oh, 130.
I got 130.
A couple 130s?
Yeah, 130.
No, we said 15. We said 115. We said 115. 0.78.
I'm going to start out for saying this is 230-ish. 230 divided by 2 seems like it should be around 115, but this is getting so big that it may not be as rough.
0.70. It's 0.78.
Yeah. So we definitely don't have 0.78s in these. All right. Here is the opportunity to practice this. Comfort of your own home.
Oh, yeah. I am unprepared.